Statistics and probability. So on the exam, you will be asked a few questions about statistics and probability. So the mean is the average of the data points, that is the sum of all the data points divided by the number of data points. The median is the value in the middle of the data set. The data set must be in order from least to greatest to identify the middle value. If there are two values in the middle, then we take the mean of those two values. The mode is the value that appears the most often in the data set. For example, find the mean, median, and mode for the data set below. So here, we would have to find the mean. And to find the mean, we're going to be adding all these numbers. And dividing by the total amount of numbers. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So if we add all these numbers, we get 490 divided by 11. So the mean will come out to 44.5. The median, we must put in order from these two greatest. So here I have 40, 42, 42, 43. Then we have 45, 45, 45, 46, 47, and 48. Once we have them in order from smallest to greatest, then the median is going to be the two numbers in the middle. So here we have the two numbers in the middle, or it could be one number. In this case, we have two numbers in the middle. And so to find the median, we would add 45 plus 45 and divide by 2. So my median is 45. The mode is a number that appears the most. So in this case, we can see that 45 appears the most. So that's going to be your mode. So let me make sure I captured all the numbers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm missing 1. So we have 140, 142, 242s. Oh, I'm missing a 47. Okay, so if I rewrite this, just so we can see. Then we can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's only one number in the middle, which is 45. So that would be your median. Okay. So earlier I skipped the number, and that's why we ended up with 2 in the middle. So let me give you another example. Let's say we had 1, 2, 4, 6, 2, 3, and that's it. Okay, so to find the mean, we would add these numbers and divide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 4 is 7, 7 plus 6 is 13, 13 plus 2 is 15, 16, 17, 18, divided by 6. And 18 divided by 6 is equal to 3. So that's our mean. Our median, we have to write from smallest to greatest. and the median is going to be the number in the middle. So here I have 2, 2, so this is our number in the middle. So to find the median, we add 2 plus 3 is equal to 5 divided by 2, 2.5. And then our mode would be 2. Okay, let me give you one more. What is the mode for the following set? Okay, so the mode here would be 1 and 2 because they both appear the same amount of times. Okay, what about what is the mode for the following? Okay, so in some textbooks, they would say that there's no mode, but in others, they say that the mode is all of them since they all appear one time. Okay, so either of those two answers would be correct. Okay, so let's go back to these examples. Example 64. If the mean height of 15 students is 55 inches, what is the sum of the 15 heights? Okay, so here we have, they tell us that the mean height of 15 students is 55 inches. So far we know that the mean is 55 inches and that there's 15 students. So we're trying to figure out what the sum is. Yep. So we can multiply by 15 on both sides. So that would give me that the sum is equal to 15 times 55, which is going to be 15 times 55, 825. Okay. So again, in this case, they tell you that the mean height of 15 students, so the 15 goes in the denominator, that's the total amount of people that we're discussing here, is 55 inches. And then what is the sum? So we multiply by 15 on both sides. 55 times 15 is 825. Okay, let's look at example 65. A basketball team has 10 players. 2 are 75 inches. So I'm going to write 75, 75. 3 are 76, and 3 are 80. The mean height of the team is 77 inches. So I'm going to say this is equal to 77. And the tallest player is exactly 1 foot taller than the shortest player. So if you notice here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But they tell us that there's 10 basketball players, so we're missing 2 players. So then they tell us that the tallest player is exactly 1 foot taller than the shortest. So I don't know what the shortest player is. I can call the shortest player X. So the tallest player is going to be 1 foot taller than the shortest player. So if my shortest player is X, then my tallest player is going to be X plus 1 foot taller. But notice that all these heights are in inches. So this 1 foot should be in inches. So this would be X plus 12. So we need to add all these numbers. Excuse me. 75 plus 75 plus 76 Let me start over. Plus 80. And then plus 12. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. Okay, so we get 630. So we have 77 and then 630 plus x. So x plus x is 2x divided by 10. Multiply both sides by 10. So we get 770 is equal to 630 plus 2x. Subtract the 630. So 2x is equal to 0. 140 divided by 2. So x is equal to 70. So notice that x is our shortest player, which is 70, which makes sense here. So our tallest player would be 70 plus the 12 inches, 82, making them the tallest player. Probability is a number that indicates the extent to which we think an event will or will not happen. There are two ways to find probability. Two ways are experimental probability and theoretical probability. Experimental probability is, for example, if I sit here and toss a penny 1,000 times and I collect the data. So let's say that I tossed the penny and I ended up with 498 tails, and I tossed my penny 1,000 times. So for heads, I ended up with 502. And so if I wanted to find the probability of getting a tails when I toss a coin 1,000 times, then we would set it up as the total number of trials, which was 1,000, and the total number of tails that I got. And then you want to simplify this, reduce the fraction or get a decimal. The theoretical is what you know about the coin. So for example, if I ask you what is the probability of getting a heads when you toss a coin, then you know that a coin has two sides. So that's going to be in your denominator. And of the two sides, one is a heads. So the probability of getting heads would be a half. An urn contains 5 red chips, 7 white chips, 3 blue chips. If one chip is drawn at random, what is the probability of that chip being red? Not red, purple is a chip. Okay, so you have a container, an urn, and inside you have 5 red chips, 7 white ones, 3 blue ones. So if you reach in there and you're trying to find the probability that it's red, then your denominator is going to be the total that we have. So we have 7 plus 3 is 10 plus 5 is 15. And of those 15, how many are red? 5. So the probability that we're going to get a red is 5/15, which is the same as 1/3. The probability that it's not red, well, there's still a total of 15, and of the 15, 10 are not red. So there's a 2/3 chance of getting not red. What's the probability that it's going to be purple? Well, there's still 15 chips, and of those 15 chips, there's 0 that are purple. So the probability is 0. So that's going to be an impossible event. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a purple chip. And then the last one, the probability of getting a chip, well, there's 15 chips, and of the 15, 15 are chips. So the probability is going to be 1. So it's a certain event, which means that no matter what you do, you always get a chip out of the bag. Okay. The last one, a box contains slips of paper with the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and -3. Letter A, what is the probability that a paper selected at random is an even number? So we need to count how many numbers we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And of these 12, how many are even? So 10 is even, 8 is even, 6 is even, 4 is even, 2 is even, and actually 0 is also even. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the probability of getting an even number is going to be half. 0 is even since it's divisible by 2. What is the probability that a number selected at random would be a whole number? So whole numbers are numbers that start at 0 and go to infinity. So here we would have 0 is a whole number, 1 is a whole number, 2 is a whole number, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 are whole numbers. -3 is not a whole number. So we're going to have, there's still 12 numbers, and of the 12, 11 are whole numbers. Okay, what's the probability that it's going to be a natural number? So there's still 12 numbers. Natural numbers are numbers that start at 1 and go to infinity. So here we're going to have 10 numbers, so -3 and 0 are not natural. And so we end up with 5, 6. Probability that it's an integer. So this includes all the negative numbers, positive numbers, and 0. And so there's going to be 12 numbers total. And of those 12, we have, these are all considered integers, so 12 out of 12, which is equal to 1. And then the last one, divisible by 3. So we have 12 numbers. So -3 is divisible by 3 because I won't get a remainder. 9 is divisible by 3. 6 is divisible by 3. 3 is divisible by 3, and 0 is divisible by 3. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.